Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9, where every local story starts right here. Well, one family is looking for a place to live after their home was destroyed by a fire. And the skies are bright and busy over Richmond with lots of changes at our local regional airport. But first, in our WBON TV 9 channel lead story of the day, Jacob Tyler Hensley, 28 of Richmond, was sentenced to 15 years in federal prison by U.S. District Judge Karen Caldwell on Monday for possessing with intent to distribute 50 grams or more of methamphetamine and possessing a firearm in the furtherance of a drug trafficking. According to Hensley's plea agreement, law enforcement executed a search warrant at his residence on September the 17th of 2020 and recovered approximately 705 grams of methamphetamine that he admitted he intended to distribute to others. A safe containing just over $8,000 in cash and 16 firearms were also discovered during that search of the home. Hensley also admitted to having a firearm to protect the drugs and the drug proceeds. He entered a guilty plea in October of 2022, and he will be required to serve 85% of his prison sentence under the federal law. He will be under supervision of the United States Probation Office for 5 years after his release from prison. Well, yesterday's Madison County Fiscal Court meeting saw a variety of topics discussed, including the proposed men's rehabilitation center in Richmond. For some, drug abuse is a contributing factor to homelessness. This growing crisis was also discussed during last night's meeting, with an official from Madison Home providing further insight to Madison County officials.
As the winter months carry on, the temperatures continue to drop, oftentimes below freezing, with wind chill and snow only increasing the impact the elements have. Perhaps no group feels this more than the unhoused population. The county's unhoused population is a common topic which is brought up in local government meetings, and yesterday's Madison County Fiscal Court meeting was no exception. The recent removal of a homeless camp located near Exit 90 in northern Richmond left its occupants seeking shelter elsewhere. According to Richmond City Manager Rob Meinrich, city officials worked in unison with county government to clear the space and provide help for those living in that area. However, according to Executive Director of Madison Home, Melissa Sloan, the issue of the county's unhoused is a growing crisis. A crisis like this is worsened when a shortage of resources for this vulnerable population exists. Madison Home is an organization which seeks to provide assistance for unhoused residents. Services like case management, drug rehabilitation, and therapy are offered at their 5th Street location in Richmond. Currently, the Richmond facility is unable to house individuals as the building requires renovations, which are estimated to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sloan provided this information to county magistrates, led by Judge Executive Reagan Taylor, in hopes of obtaining funding to contribute towards the renovations. While no formal hearing took place, Judge Executive Taylor proposed a hearing to establish an interlocal agreement between the county and Madison Home at the next fiscal court meeting on February 14th, pending a budget presentation. Reporting for WBON TV Channel 9, I'm Gage Hill.
Oh, thanks for that story. Well, after their home was destroyed by fire earlier this week, one family is looking for a new place to live. It happened Tuesday night in the Pulaski County community of Sloan's Valley. Responding firefighters included members of the Tatesville Volunteer Fire Department, the Burnside Fire Department, and the Parkers Mill Fire Department. According to reports, the fire had already engulfed the house when crews arrived. According to officials, the family who lived there was able to flee but lost everything. There has been no word on the cause of that fire, but the investigation is ongoing. Well, 60-year-old William Smith of Berea, Kentucky, was placed under arrest on Saturday, the 21st, after the Berea Police Department responded to a call in regards to a domestic violence situation. When police arrived at the scene, they were met with Glenn Murphy, who appeared to be bleeding from his face. He accused Smith of assaulting him after Murphy arrived home from church. Murphy stated that Smith had allegedly punched him in the face multiple times. Smith was on scene when police arrived and was detained detained by Officer Napier. Whilst attempting to detain the suspect, Smith allegedly resisted Officer Napier's commands. Officer Napier then placed handcuffs on Smith, also noting that Smith resisted application of the handcuffs. Smith was placed under arrest and transported to the Madison County Detention Center without further incident. Well, Austin Epley is being held in the Whitley County Detention Center on burglary charges. According to the sheriff's office, a homeowner caught him in the act in his garage after he was seen on a deer cam. Sheriff says the Woodbine resident told them he was tired of being a victim, so he installed a deer camera. He'd been a victim of break-ins before, and sure enough, after installing that camera, he told sheriff's deputies the camera picked up a potential thief. The homeowner then held Epley at gunpoint until deputies arrived. Well, in the skies over central Kentucky, if they seem just a little busier these days, you're probably not imagining that. The demand for pilots has exploded. Sean Howard, the aviation program's chief flight instructor at Eastern Kentucky University, told our media partner WLEX 18 enrollments have obviously increased significantly, more than doubling since I've arrived. This is most likely due to the pilot shortage, which has resulted in plentiful job opportunities and significant pay increases. Boeing predicts that the global aviation industry will require more than 600,000 new pilots over the next 20 years. The demand for pilots and retirees is 1-to-1, so for every pilot trained, for the cockpit, one retires. We're currently about 8,000 pilots short, which will continue at a rate. Howard stated as the demand for those pilots grows, so does the pay, which has more than doubled for new hires in the last 15 years or so. You're probably looking at $35,000 to $40,000 for a first officer right seat for the first-time airline job in the area in the mid-2000s. According to Howard, that's now $90,000 to $100,000 in some cases. EKU has a fleet of more than 30 aircraft as well as traditional and cutting-edge simulators. The airport has virtual reality flight simulators, although the devices have not yet been certified to count as flight time. Howard says they are useful to students honing their skills. It's not accredited, it's not possible to log the time, but it is an excellent addition to student training. It gives them a significant advantage in the training. He stated as one more student pilot joins the program, the sky is anything but the limit. I never expected to see the industry in the state that it is right now, he said. It's a pilot's market right now for kids interested in airplanes and in pursuing the career in aviation. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Lots more news right here live at 5, including weather. Snow coming? I don't know. We'll find out coming up next.
At Fast Flow Plumbing, you aren't sending your money to Texas and Florida to the big corporate plumbing companies. We're local, and that allows us to invest in the latest technologies like Permaliner for no-dig sewer replacements, which we warranty for 20 years. Fast Flow is the future of plumbing. Don't destroy your landscaping and finished basement because a plumber tells you he has to replace your sewer. Keep your home beautiful. Call a local pro at Fast Flow.
If you've dreamed of a job where you can help keep your family and community safe while planning for the future, then you need to check out the Fayette County Detention Center.
We're starting out $20 an hour. We have 8 paid holidays, 120 hours of sick time and vacation time a year. When you work a holiday, you actually make double pay. Our retirement is at 25 years. If you start out at 21, you'll be fully retired at 46, 25, fully retired at 50. Fayette County Detention Center is an amazing place to work.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Row Tribe.
The City of Richmond Stormwater Management Program works to protect our waterways from pollution and to help citizens with stormwater runoff and flooding. Stormwater is the rain and snow that runs off rooftops, roads, sidewalks, and other surfaces that cannot absorb water, which affects water quality. The City of Richmond Stormwater Management Program is dedicated to helping its citizens understand what stormwater is and its impacts on our watersheds and waterways. For more info, visit buildrichmondky.com and click on the Stormwater tab.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Man Chrysler in Richmond is Truck Town, USA. New trucks, used trucks, little trucks, big trucks, short trucks, long trucks. Hey, that's not a truck. Work trucks and fancy trucks. Who says you can't get a truck? Come on down to Man Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Richmond for your best deal today. Truck Town, USA.
Oh, welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9. Well, it's a little cooler out there today, and man, is that wind, it is blowing. We've got meteorologist Todd Nelson in the Weather Center to let us know, what does all this mean?
Thanks, Gwendolyn, and welcome back to the Bluegrass Restoration and Construction Weather Center. Well, we had a pretty big storm system move through the Ohio Valley here the last day and a half or so. Scattered showers working through parts of the Commonwealth with some very gusty winds. In fact, Lexington seeing some 50-plus mile-per-hour gusts, and some of those closer to home as well. Heavy snow off to the north and west of us. It was just too warm for any snowfall, but that may be changing overnight tonight as temperatures begin to cool, expecting maybe a few snowflakes after midnight tonight, and then some scattered snow showers as we head into the day Thursday. It will be breezy as the temperatures fall overnight tonight. We're looking at some 30-plus mile-per-hour winds through about 10, 11 p.m. Still a wind advisory through 7 p.m. and then that'll be allowed to expire. But as you notice, winds staying gusty through tonight and tomorrow morning. But there is a wind advisory in place for the greater Richmond area and most of central and eastern parts of the Commonwealth. Again, a bit of a wintry mix overnight tonight, more scattered snow shower potential during the day tomorrow, and a very light coating. And then we'll see another chance of rain pushing back in on Sunday. So clouds persist tonight. A few sprinkles changing over to scattered light snow showers. And again, maybe a few areas picking up a very quick coating as some of those snow squalls move through during the day Thursday. As I mentioned, it still will be breezy, but those temperatures tomorrow morning hovering right around that low to mid 30 mark. And the winds again gusting up to 20, 25 miles per hour out of the west, making it feel more like the 20s through the day. That's what you want to dress for if you're going to be out and about. Actual air temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. That'll be a good 5 to 10 degrees below average. Again, a few scattered snow showers, maybe a light coating of snow here and there, and a little bit better on Friday as things begin to quiet down. We'll be topping out into the lower 40s. The extended outlook into early February, Gwendolyn, is looking cooler. The nicer day, the weekend Saturday, with more rainfall moving in Sunday.
Thanks, Todd. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Well, a Lexington man has agreed to a plea bargain in connection with a fatal shooting. According to court officials, Jessen's statement has agreed to accept amended charges of second-degree manslaughter and criminal mischief. He was charged in the murder death of Jermaine Barber in 2020 in a shooting that occurred outside of the Fayette Mall. The trial of Statement began last week, and the case was assigned to a jury on Tuesday afternoon. According to the Lexington Herald-Leader, the jury was deadlocked at about 10:30 Tuesday night before Statement accepted the plea deal. Statement will be sentenced on March the 9th. The Berea Police Department responded to a call Sunday, January 22nd, in regards to a male suspect that was in a vehicle parked in a driveway of a vacant property and had possibly gone inside of the building. When police arrived at the scene, they approached the vehicle matching the description and found 39-year-old Thomas Risen of Berea, Kentucky, in the driver's seat with a syringe needle in his hand. He was then asked to exit the vehicle while police were attempting to detain Risen. He had a small piece of paper in his hand. Risen was then read his Miranda warning, where he agreed to answer questions. He was asked what was inside the piece of paper, and he stated ice or heroin. The officer located a light brown powdery substance inside the paper that was suspected to be heroin. Risen was then placed under arrest and transported to the Madison County Detention Center. Well, following an incident on Tuesday, a 7th grade student in Elizabethtown was charged with terroristic threatening. According to the Elizabethtown Police Department, they were contacted around 3:50 regarding a threatening complaint. The initial report, a 7th grade student at Bluegrass Middle School told classmates that they planned to bring a gun to school the next day and shoot other students. According to police, the suspect was located, apprehended, and charged with terroristic threatening within an hour and a half of receiving that complaint. Well, according to the Department of Juvenile Justice, inmates at the Warren Juvenile Detention Center attacked staff members on Monday evening, injuring one. According to the DJJ press release, 3 juveniles in the detention center orchestrated an attack on a staff member around 9 p.m. after being ordered to return to their rooms. The 3 juveniles refused to cooperate and began to attack a staff member inside the unit. According to the press release, staff members were then dispatched to assist. They entered the living unit and verbally directed the youths to their rooms. The youths then assaulted those staff members, punching and kicking them in the head, face, and back. The control room radioed all remaining staff on duty to report to the unit to assist with ongoing incident. According to the press release, the juveniles were restrained and taken to their rooms by staff. One employee did suffer non-life-threatening injuries in that attack. Well, with that, we're going to take another quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got Dawson Rule. He's in with sports coming up right after this.
Choose Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital for your health care. Consider having your preventative care such as a CT lung screening, a mammogram, or a colonoscopy at Markham and Wallace Hospital. You can feel safe to come to the hospital campus. Following CDC guidelines, our care team is doing everything possible to ensure your safety and well-being. For more information about Markham and Wallace Hospital, call 606-723-2115 or visit mercy.com.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond.
We can't wait to see ya.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your hosts Samantha Burford and Michael Watkins as they break down, recap, and preview sports news in our area. Each Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON TV Channel 9 and Richmond on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Chenault Vineyards has become a premier destination in Richmond for family and friends looking for fun and entertainment. The vineyard sits on 500 acres with breathtaking views and several different things for you to enjoy while you're there. Live music, tastings, tours, a walking trail, or maybe you'd like to host your own event at the vineyard. Visit ChenaultVineyards.com to check out the complete list of upcoming events. Like them on Facebook to stay informed, or like Chenault Vineyards on Instagram.
Welcome back to Live at 5. Madison's Southern boys basketball team has really been on a roll recently, well, until last night when a McDonald's All-American came to Berea and, well, took over. Reed Shepard brought a sold-out gym and a high level of basketball with him last night to the big win for North Laurel. With more on the game and other basketball teams in the area, here's WBON TV sports anchor Dawson Rule.
The Reed Shepard Show was on full display last night at Madison Southern High School. In a game where the Southern boys were hoping to get a big win, they instead got a feel for the McDonald's All-American from London, Kentucky, like most teams do. Shepard's stats were crazy. 31 points, 7 boards, 5 steals, and 11 assists. He also shot 6-8 from the three-point line, and most of his shots were nothing but net if you saw live at the game. None of them even hit the rim. It was just a great display of basketball if you were there to support the future Wildcat. Now, if you're a Madison Southern fan, there's still good news. You had good games from the Hudson twins and Avery Davidson, who's become a great three-point shooter for the team. Davidson could become a factor for the Eagles late in the season shooting the three ball, so other teams in the 11th region need to watch out for him. Now the Eagles play Boyle County at home on Friday for a chance to start a new winning streak. Now for some more positive Madison Southern news, before the gym got to capacity for Reed last night, the Southern girls had a fun and exciting win against Lincoln County. Hadley French led the way with 18 points while her teammate Bella Mobberly scored 14 points and had 10 boards for a double-double. Make that 4 straight wins now for the Lady Eagles, who could be getting hot at the right time, as the 11th region race will be close for the rest of the year. Just this morning, the Lady Pirates of Berea lost in the All-A state tournament to Owen County, who's been winning a lot of tournament games in the All-A for the past couple years. The 30-25 defeat was another defensive battle type of game, which the Lady Pirates of Berea like to play. Now things could change, but as of right now, Southern and Berea will play Friday night on the girls' side, and if they do, we plan on streaming that game live. Speaking of Friday night, there's one more game that we're planning on streaming. I'll give you a hint. It involves a big-time Louisville private school rolling on into Richmond. So there's your hint for later this week. Back to the All-A Classic for a second. If you want to listen but can't go, we're streaming it on some of our very own radio stations, including Y92.5 WEKY and 103.5 CBS Sports Radio. Tune in now through Friday. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to my friend, Dr. Mike Kwong, who is a great Kentucky sports radio photographer. In honor of the Cats beating Vanderbilt on the road last night, I wanted to show off some of the great shots from Dr. Mike from UK's last home game against Texas A&M. Thanks, Mike, for capturing these amazing pictures. This week is already getting to the halfway point, and we've had tons of games, with so many more to come. There's going to be EKU basketball news, updates on Berea basketball, and more tomorrow. So, stay tuned here to Channel 9 News, live from Richmond, Kentucky.
Thanks, Dawson, for that sports report. We're going to take another quick break. Don't go anywhere. Lots more news still to come right here, live at 5.
WBON TV9 is proud to be your source for local news, local weather, and local sports. At WBON TV9, we pride ourselves on being the local leader when something happens in our area. Channel 9 reaches nearly 900,000 people with our over-the-air coverage. WBON TV9 is also the #1 source you turn to locally for news on Facebook and WBONTV.com. Now you can enjoy all the local news, weather, and sports each weekday afternoon. Join us each weekday from 5 to 5:30 for the Live at 5 newscast. It's streaming on the WBON TV Facebook page, YouTube channel, Roku channel, and our live player on WBONTV.com. And of course on Richmond's first TV channel. Available on Spectrum Channel 712, Urban Community Television, PRTC Cable, and Channel 9.1 over the air. WBON TV, where every local story starts here.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Support local and get your vehicle running at its peak performance with CT Diesel Performance South Exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff specialize in diesel performance and repair that will service any vehicle, big or small, with oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Broke down and need a tow? Well, call CT Diesel at 859-699-8712. Like them on Facebook to enter a weekly drawing for a free oil change. CT Diesel Performance off Exit 97 in Richmond.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
At WBON TV 9, you can count on our weather team to keep you up to date with all the latest developments, watches, and warnings.
We're here for you night and day, 24/7, no matter what the weather brings.
WBON TV 9 and our media partner 100.7 The Coyote are dedicated to you. That's why we say when the weather turns extraordinary, so does our coverage.
Get your forecast each weekday during the Live at 5 newscast on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here.
Well, welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9. Well, the City of Lexington conducts an annual homeless survey to learn more about the homeless population of the city. According to current estimates, there are approximately 715 homeless people in the area. Local officials use initiatives like Lex Count to get a better sense of that figure and to provide resources to those who live on the streets. If you're interested in helping with the count, Office of Homelessness and Prevention and Intervention is looking for volunteers to help out with that annual count, and that is going to happen tonight starting at 10 p.m. and that's going to last until right around midnight. Volunteers will head out to the community to find out more about the people experiencing homelessness. Jeff Herron, Lexington's Homelessness Prevention Manager, says volunteers will have the opportunity to give those people things that help them through the season. Prepackaged snacks, hygiene products, hats, gloves, socks, and anything that might be of use to a person who is in an unsheltered situation. And again, that homeless count is tonight, and that's starting at 10 p.m. Well, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. It is Wanted Wednesday. It's the day of the week where the Kentucky State Police put out their wanted poster for the week. And this week, Clayton Murphy is our guest of honor. Clayton is 52 years old. He is wanted for assault. He is 5 foot 9 inches tall with blue eyes. He's possibly located in Willoughby, Ohio. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Mr. Murphy, you can contact Kentucky State Police Post 14. That is the Ashland Post 606-928-6421. That's our Wanted Wednesday guest star, Clayton Murphy. Well, the Madison County Coroner's Office was seeking assistance from the public in locating the family of Peter Hutchins. According to Madison County Coroner Jimmy Cornelison, today, Mr. Hutchins' family has been located, and of course that is thanks to everyone for helping share the information and find his relatives. Thanks goes out to the public there. Well, and according to an attorney for Paul Laurence Dunbar High School Principal Marlon Ball, his administrative leave has been extended once more. The new extension became effective on the 20th of January and is extended for another 20 days. In November, Ball was placed on leave while the Fayette County Public Schools investigated an allegation of inappropriate behavior. Andrea Tinsley is listed as the acting principal right now on the school's website. Well, thanks so much for joining us today on Live at 5. You can stay right here for more great programming on WBON Channel 9. Coming up next is the latest pop culture and celebrity news with Mitch and Risa on the Daily Flash. And don't forget, we got Forensic Files. That's coming up a little bit later as well. Lots more great stuff right here on Channel 9. Have a wonderful afternoon. Stay warm. I'll see you right here tomorrow, Live at 5.